Well, the crisis in Iraq has forged an unlikely alliance between the US and Iran. The White House has said it's open to engaging Tehran on the threat posed by ISIS in Iraq, just as it's engaging with other regional players. Well, earlier we spoke to Arash Aramesh, a national security analyst at Stanford University in California.
The rise of radical extremist groups in Iraq and Syria, especially this ISIS, Islamic States of Iraq and Syria, that has splintered off of al-Qaeda, it has created a very interesting set of unholy alliances, if you will, and very strange bedfellows. Iran and the United States have been at odds on almost every regional and international issue for the past 35 years. Yet they see a lot of mutual interests in Iraq and in some parts of Syria, for that matter, to prevent the rise of radical Islamists in the face of radical Sunni Islam here, which even al-Qaeda has stayed away from this group and has tried to say, hey, these ISIS guys are so bad that even al-Qaeda is staying away from them. So there is a lot of overlap between Iranian interests and American interest in Iraq. One of that is being the very safety and stability of Iraq as a society, as a country, and as a country that its territorial integrity is respected. Second, the collapse of Baghdad. It's important for the government not to fall, not to collapse, for Iraq not to fall into chaos once again. And third, it's important to put pressure on the government, or whatever is left of it after this process, to make sure that if an Iraqi state survives this chaos, it is an Iraqi government that respects not only the will of the majority, but also the rights of the minority. President Barack Obama has sent 275 soldiers, Marines actually, to Iraq to protect the U.S. embassy in Baghdad. I think that's as far as he's going to go to commit U.S. boots to the ground. He might cooperate with Iraqi forces in hitting certain air target packages or providing air support, perhaps providing trainers and advisors. But it's pretty clear from his own speech and from the president's policies in the past 6.5 years that he is not willing to commit U.S. troops and U.S. boots to the ground. That's why the U.S. is interested in talking to Iran. Iran is a regional player and very interested in what's going on in Iraq. So perhaps there could be some sort of deal struck between the two where Iran and the U.S. can protect their overlapping interests without the U.S. putting boots on the ground. So what you see going to Baghdad are just U.S. Marines protecting the U.S. embassy that needs to be protected, because U.S. embassy in Baghdad, if Baghdad comes under assault by ISIS, would be target number one.
Arash Aramesh there. Well, let's go live now to Washington.